Welcome back everyone to Pontos Fathom Hobby. You're in the Eldritch Horror Yog-Sothoth game playthrough. This is the turn 4. In our last turn we just had some success with attaining some clues. We had a mild Mythos phase. We did have the Doom track advance quite a bit. We have a problem here with the mystery in that we need to have 2 spells to discard when we close a gate. So really the quest is on to get some kind of spell action going here. So we're going to try to land on some places where we could gain some spells. So let's start the new turn. As we know on our turn cards here, we have actions that they can do. They can perform 2 of these actions. I'm thinking that Safina the painter, she is going to use her train ticket that she wisely bought to go from San Francisco to this clue. And she also has the chance to gain maybe a reserve item. So I will roll for a reserve item for her. And she gets a 6, which is 1, and that's the only one with 1 is bandages. So she's got these bandages. You may discard this card to prevent the investigator on your space from losing up to 2 health. Well, this is great. They should team up and fight, and she can use that. And then I'll replenish this with another activity card that I'll get from the deck here. And we've replenished the store with a Urban Guide ally. Okay, so that's somebody can roll for that later. And she's set up to do her encounter from the move. And we're on to the next character. Her action phase is done. Let's go to Joe. I'm a little bit nervous of having Joe fight this monster. He does have this action. If you pass, move to a space of your choice within 2 spaces. Oh, he does have a spell. He does have this spell. And he can move to a space, 2 spaces of his choice by testing his lore. So let's just try it. Let's just try to do that. Let's try. You're going to cast the spell. Let's see if he tests his lore. He tests it. So he can move 2 spaces to here and do this clue. But then we have to flip the card and roll a die. And we get a 2. It says you travel a circuitous path, become disoriented, you lose 1 sanity and become delayed. Okay, so he is actually delayed. So he's sort of out for the count now, and he loses a sanity. So let's move that, and then flip this card. And does he have any lose sanity prevention or anything? May re-roll a dice, combat encounter. And what's Joe's case here? When the mystery is solved, Joe is going to get his backstory completed. Joe has 1 spell, so he's in a great position to close the mystery if he can get 1 more spell. But we'll have to wait till next turn. And then Rita. Rita has quite a few clues here. She got the blunderbuss last turn, so she is going to go and fight this monster. Does she need to heal up? 6, 7. She doesn't need to heal up. She's got a boat. She's got a lot of great stuff. Let her roll for the reserve as well. She can maybe grab. I don't know. She can't really grab anything. So I think I'm going to just let her go and move here. Okay. And now looks good. Okay, so action phase is done. Then let us see what the Mythos phase has. Encounter phase, sorry. Encounter phase first. So let's do an encounter card in the middle of North America with Safina. With her clue, she can do a research card. It says it is a city, so Carl Sanford, head of Arkham's Silver Twilight Lodge, has tracked you down to find out what you know about Yog-Sothoth. She can roll her test, and she can re-roll Okay, so she fails. If she fails, oh no, but I can actually reuse the reroll because she can use a reroll and then she can get the reroll back. And then she can pass. If you pass, you learn more from him than he does from you. Gain this clue and 1 spell. Okay, so she can gain a spell now. So let's gain a spell. And the spell she gains is just a random spell, incantation, a dread curse spell. So now she has a spell. Joe Diamond has a spell. Clue has been gained by her. And we can drop that card for that encounter. The next is Rita is going to fight the spawn of Celak. So now she has a blunderbuss in addition to her reroll of strength. So she actually can do a +4 on her strength. +2, a 4 + 2. So she can roll 6 dice for her strength. So first let's have her roll her will check. She passes the will check. Then she will roll for her strength. And she does 2. The damage on this is 4. But she also may re-roll 1 die. And then she may spend a focus to re-roll a die. Okay, so she spent a focus. She still does 2 damage on the guy. And then she takes damage for the remainder. And then she lost this focus, but she will continue the fight. And she gets 2 more, and the monster is slain. So, the good news of this is the monster is slain. She lost some strength in the battle, but she gets a 4 monster toward her. Oops, sorry. She gets a 4 monster toward her backstory. She just needs to get to 10, so she's already at 4. So that's great. She fights the monster as first part of her encounter phase. Now she will go through the gate to try to close that gate. So we'll take the portal card. The past. The people of Arkham are prowling the streets, hunting a witch. You notice the old-fashioned words. So I guess the portal has transported her somehow to an Arkham or some kind of vision of Arkham. You notice that they're using old-fashioned words and dress in outdated clothes. You realize that the year is 1692. Okay, so she's gone through this portal into the past of Arkham. Soon you come face to face with the dreaded Keza Mason. Okay, so she needs to roll a test, which she fails. She binds you to her master. Gain a corruption condition. You try to manipulate the goat-legged being into helping you. And she does. If you pass, he does close the gate. Okay, so she gains a corruption condition, but she has closed the gate, which is great. But the problem is she doesn't have any spells. So yet again, we've missed the opportunity to use a spell for the mystery. So let me find a corruption condition. And I will give that to her. And we will discard this. So let's see the corruption condition. Just pick one randomly here. Okay, corruption condition. Here. So we'll pull a corruption condition out. Bane. You may gain 1 Eldritch token to reroll 1 die. Okay. So now she has a Bane condition. But she closes the gate, which is great. Because a Mythos phase, that'll be key, so we can move this gate out. And next and finally, we have Joe Diamond. He is delayed. So that's it. Mythos phase. Okay. Torn Asunder. Strange forces stretch you in all directions. The portals between worlds are pulling reality apart, and you feel the unearthly energies coming from all corners of the globe. Okay, so first let's go through the actions here. The first is advance the doom clock. Any gates are open on that no, so doom does not advance. Next, spawn monsters. Monster surge. This is the only monster position, so there's going to be a surge of 2 monsters there. So we will put 2 additional monsters, a cultist and a leopard man. So that is a place where maybe we all should head to help out there. And then finally spawn 2 clues, so we can consult the clue bag. And first clue is on space 18, 17, 16, 12, 18. Space 18 is here. And the second clue is Buenos Aires. Okay, so we've got clues there. We've got a Mythos card. Now let's read the Torn Asunder event. Each investigator loses health equal to the number of the gates on the board that correspond to the current omen. Well, that is lucky. None of the gates, we have 1 gate that does not correspond. If there are no gates that correspond by the current omen, advance the current omen by 1. Oh no, so we advance the current omen by 1. There's still no gates with that, but when we return to that, as per the rules of Cities in Ruin, which is active in this game today, we will have our first City in Ruin disaster. So we can pull, let's just shuffle the deck here, make sure it's fresh. Cut the deck again. Okay, and we get Hurricane Strikes Buenos Aires. So that, of course it's Buenos Aires, right? Outside you can hear the roar of powerful winds, embedding countless shards of lethal debris into the walls. The roof groans, threatening to disappear into the sky. Each investigator on Buenos Aires or an adjacent space loses 3 sanity and gains 2 injury conditions and becomes delayed. Okay, so luckily no one's there. This is a great timing for this, because when we go there to solve this clue, it will now be devastated, and it will have the devastation token. So it's no longer a city. It is now a devastation encounter. So when we get there, we will have to look from this devastation deck. So that is our first city in Ruin. So now, you know, Yog-Sothoth is like the idea from the game is that Yog-Sothoth is rising, and now it's starting to have effects in the world. Not only are gates opening up around the world, but we're starting to have these natural disasters where cities, like nature, is just starting to destroy the earth. So it's quite fantastic. Okay, so let's just review here. We still have this ongoing rumor. Oh, we've got this ongoing rumor. That meant she could not change that. She could not close that gate. Oh, wow. Okay, so that is kind of a screw up. So let's leave the gate open. And she had that encounter, but let's just say the gate doesn't close. That's the only difference, right? The gate doesn't close. She still gets to have the encounter. I mean, if I look through that card, she still could have encountered it. She goes through the gate. She gains the corruption condition because she failed. And she just doesn't gain the benefit of closing the gate. So she just kind of had an encounter through the portal, but she doesn't get to close the gate. So the gate will not close. So that's the mechanic there for that game. So yeah, so we've got to close this to close gates. So this is really the focus again of the game is get spells. So we have to do more encounters perhaps in Arkham, and I think that's where she'll go next turn. And Rita has also gained a spell. Rita has gained a spell here. This is on Rita's pile. So yeah, so looks good. Okay, that is the end of the turn. Please like and subscribe, and check out the links for other videos, and Also, you can go to the next video here. If you've missed this video, you can go back and find the links in the description. I'll have all of the back links posted. And thanks for joining. See you on the next turn. Bye.